Welcome everyone to Let's Play Romance of Three Kingdoms 11. I'm a serious JG. Are you ready for a little romance in the morning? Because what I have done is I got about 6.5, 7 hours of sleep, and I decided to immediately start recording again. I'm either obsessive compulsive, or I'm really trying to finish this game. You can be the judge of whether I'm actually more focused and alert than I was when I was playing this game in the previous video. Or 2 or 3. I think the last 3 videos were from one recording session. But I don't remember because I'm too tired, or I was too tired. Now I am hopefully awake and ready to crush the Kingdom of Wu. Really got to make a concerted effort to keep this invasion rolling. I like this game. I like playing it kind of a leisurely pace. Feel like I'm actually rebuilding China, taking the time to build these cities behind me. And that's one of the reasons that I've got enough resources every time I am ready to attack. Maybe I'm too conservative, but by the time I'm ready to attack, I'm conservative, so I accuse my enemies, political enemies, of not being patriotic because they don't support the war strongly enough. And then when they take power, I accuse them of being, militaristic and unreasonable and declaring war on Libya. No, wait, that's not what I meant. What I meant about being conservative is that I don't attack until I have pretty much an insurmountable advantage most of the time. At least I try to do it that way. Although there are probably cases where I could attack without quite building up quite as much force and still succeed, which making things take longer. But it's also the reason why, like in previous videos, I could roll an ungodly amount of gold out of a city like, Puyang or Pingyuan or Chenliu, because I built up so many markets and mints and stuff there that there was an ungodly amount of gold piling up in that city during the turns where I wasn't really doing anything there, because it's in District 1. I have officers there, but they're not really recruiting regularly or outfitting weapons, which means the gold just kind of builds up. It's pretty cool. Now, who is for Falcher by himself can actually build as fast as 2 or 3 not good officers can, so there's no reason not to put him straight to work. Do we want to build a pheasant tower? They cost a lot of gold. I feel like I should have one in one of my cities. It's an interesting question. Should probably find a city that has a workshop where I'm not going to actually use the workshop, build a pheasant tower just so that I can say I did one. But this city is not going to have enough facilities that can really afford to have stuff wasted. So let's what has the city got more of right now? They've got about 6,000 some odd food, 150,000. 6,700 gold, 150,000 food. So I think they really need to get gold going more than food at the moment. Oh yeah. So 3 markets on a mint. That leaves us 1, 3 farms, and that leaves us 2 barracks, workshop, stable, and I probably don't need to get rid then of this workshop. No, barrack, not barrack, workshop, stable, barrack, blacksmith, and stable. Yeah, okay. Maybe, Falcher, would you like to build a mint all by yourself with no help? That'll take too long. That's a pheasant tower. That'll still take too long. Yourself. Meanwhile, Zhuge Liang is still in District 1, isn't it? What has it got as far as facilities are concerned? I know I can't develop more, but I'm still curious if I could just see a list of the facilities. I think you can from the info screen. So let's do that. Six markets, 6 farms, a barracks, a smith, a stable, a workshop, no shipyard, a mint, and a granary. So this place is just generating resources at an amazing rate. It doesn't even have one of each time a facility. Kind of want to take a city that already has everything and to get rid of like their shipyard maybe. Shipyard. You do have 2 barracks. You don't have a workshop. But what about the city of Ye itself, where this whole event took place? It's still in District 1 at the moment. They've got a shipyard, 2 barracks. Wow, they've got a lot of everything. 2 stables even. Nice. The city wasn't so far. This city would be a great city to build from, but so far away from the front lines. There's really never any point where this is one of my... When I was invading the north, it was kind of where a lot of my officers and troops were, but, you know, I was moving rapidly enough that there's no long-term period where this is a city I'm spending a ton of time in. So let's go ahead and get rid of the shipyards here. We'll do some technique points. We'll build a bronze pheasant tower, just so we can say we did, and then we'll get back to the game itself. The game proper. Where is this shipyard? Is here. Let's remove it. I'll lose some technique points. That's sad but true. There's nothing can be done about that now, folks. And we will develop Pheasant Tower. Take 50 days. I don't even know how many technique points it gives us each turn. But I like the concept. Matter of fact, I kind of feel like building more cities than just that one. Just so that I can get all the technology before the game is over. I believe we said here, there's a workshop that we're never really going to use again, probably. Eating up a lot of technique points by getting rid of these things, though. The bronze pheasant tower cannot be developed any further. Oh, son of a bitch, you can only have 1. That's right, you can only build 1. Well, you know what? I don't do this often, folks, but now I feel like Doesn't happen that often, folks, but I really don't feel like dealing with the fact that I lost all those technique points, so screw that. Let's build 1 in Ye, and then, like we originally had planned, or like the game kind of wants you to do. Ye is where the bronze pheasant tower was actually built by Cao Cao, after all. Excuse me, if it's the place that I'm thinking of, there was also a poem that was written about it that had some double entendre in it that Zhuge Liang was able to twist around to make it sound like Cao Cao was writing poems about how much he wanted to bang the Qiao sisters, Da Qiao and Jia Qiao. Da Qiao and Jia Qiao are amongst my favorite characters in the Dynasty Warriors universe, although clearly they are characters whose import has been built up beyond what it actually is in the novel. In the novel, they exist as a plot point. Zhuge Liang uses them because they are sisters. One of them is married to Zhou Yu, and one of them was married to, at that point, by the time they're mentioned, Da Qiao, who... I'm getting way off track here. Alright, Da Qiao and Jia Qiao, here's the deal. They don't get individual names in the novel. They're just these 2 sisters called the Qiao sisters, who are both supposed to be super beautiful. They got married to, one of them married to Sun Ce, and one of them married to Zhou Yu, and in the ultimate expression of how women are interchangeable commodities, and the beautiful ones are valuable, and the ugly ones are not valuable. We don't even know which one married which brother, or that they knew the brothers for more than a couple of minutes before they married them. It's kind of like, you know, if you're watching a movie and there's 2 heroes, and at the end each of them gets like a completely anonymous but gorgeous woman at the end. Well, you know, they're just kind of trophies, right? That's what the Qiao sisters are. Dynasty Warriors games are kind of fun. They give them a little bit of personality. I actually like Da Qiao because she's just kind of like this regular girl who's kind of like thrown into this universe of battle. And you know, I might be reading too much into it, but she's a little like, what the hell? But yeah. So anyway, but in the novel, Zhuge Liang is trying to convince Zhou Yu that Wu needs to go to war with Wei, and one of the ways that he convinces him to go to war with Wei, one of the ways is he tells him, hey, you know that Cao Cao totally wants to bang the Qiao sisters, right? And at this point, Sun Ce is dead. So Da Qiao, not mentioned by name as being distinct from Jia Qiao, but when the Qiao sisters are first mentioned, it's mentioned that they had been married to those two. So, like, Da Qiao is basically a widow at the first time that she appears in the novel, and by appear I mean is mentioned by another character. So that kind of sucks for her a little bit. And they really didn't have a point to this story. Oh, other than the fact that Zhou Yu is supposed to be this incredibly intelligent dude. He's an intelligent boy. He's like a brilliant strategist. He's one of Wu's great hopes. He's one of the people who's supposed to be able to like maybe stand toe-to-toe with Zhuge Liang a little bit. You know, you guys did it wrong. You've got a mint that isn't next to your... You've got a market that isn't next to your mint, and then a facility that isn't a mint or market next to them. I mean, these two things should swatch places. You guys suck. But anyway, sorry, no. Zhou Yu is supposed to be this really brilliant dude and like a rival for Zhuge Liang, but Zhuge Liang is like, oh, by the way, did you know that Cao Cao totally wants to do your wife and your dead sworn brother's wife? And Zhou Yu's like, oh my god, I will declare war. I'm the most important person in this country with a huge amount of power and influence over the lives of many people. But I'm gonna just totally declare war now because this guy that I don't trust anyway has totally told me this one guy wants to do my wife. And like, there's a lot of moments in the novel where you're like, Zhou Yu, you're stupid. I mean, the novel keeps telling us you're smart, but you're acting like a dumbass. And that's the biggest one for me. Is that, like, you know, oh, Zhuge Liang, I know he is a trickster, I will not allow him to use us as a tool of Shu. But then Zhuge is now like, oh yes, I totally respect you, I agree, you shouldn't let me use you for my own needs. By the way, did you know the guy that I want you to attack also wants to do your wife? And he's like, oh my god. You know what I'm saying? It was, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really make Zhuge Liang, or it doesn't really make Zhou Yu look like a real equal of Zhuge Liang's, if you know what I'm saying. Now let's, and I've talked for like freaking 10 minutes about that. Let's get on with this adventure here. So I should probably take out this port. Don't want to come through here and raffle stomp over these facilities because some of them might survive, and that would be less things I'd have to rebuild. Could just proceed towards the city through this path. I've already got guys going that way. At this point, let's just take over the port. At a minimum, we need to take over the port with these guys, and possibly we need to try to then move on the city itself. The port, well, the port's going to fall pretty easily, actually. I didn't realize they'd do as much damage there as they did. Ooh, this port belongs to Zhang Yue. Not quite. Pretty close, though. Just got about 500 hit points left, or 400 something soldiers left. So it will not survive the turn, which is nice, because if I put some troops in here, it will mean that it'll be one less direction from which Wu can attack us. Although now at this point I've built all these towers up here to guard from attack in this direction, and the only way they're going to be able to attack is from over here, where I've got nothing except for Luigi Underfact's unit coming on the attack. So this is not, I mean, this is not nothing, folks. These guys are intelligent boys. But it's not like 3 or 4 towers and an army of dudes, which is what I had the other way. So even if they are not able to take that port before reinforcements arrive, what's going to happen here? And I think these guys must have diverted. They're heading this way. They're not actually going over here. They might have to divert and come over here. So I should have time to take this port. And even if I don't, the idea is there were like 14,000 troops here. For whatever reason, even though, yeah, now they don't have an officer. They had a prefect before, now they don't. They're just going to let me sit there and whack away at those troops. I'm whacking off troops, folks. They're going to let me whack away at those troops and just kill however many at a time. And they're not going to be fighting back other than those little, you know, arrow counterattacks they do, which are not really a huge deal. Oh, you already moved. Never mind, it's going to be closer than I thought. It will require my last unit that I've got on over here to do this. Now we've still got to be, still would have to put troops in here if we want to hold it, because they're going to try to retake it from the sea. there's still a red flag? Oh, there's a unit there. I didn't realize he'd abandoned port. I didn't even notice him there. Well, he's going to probably retake it on the next turn, but then we'll just pound away at his unit for a while. Pound away at his unit. Woo! Sexy. Come on, Ling Tong, show me why. Yeah, show me why I bothered to bring you into my army. Yeah, catapults. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten thunder. It makes them difficult to use. Here I am, everyone. Zhuge Liang has arrived. Uji. See, what does rush do? Confuses target unit. That's what I thought. Alright, good, you moved them, which means that I can probably... Didn't do a lot of damage to them, but that means that these guys... No, you're doing it wrong. You're supposed to be able to get here now. So I could attack, I could wipe them out, and then I was going to use Zhuge Liang's unit. Ah, crap. You guys can't move far enough. Sorkindale, you failed me by following the game's movement rules. Now Sorkindale's gonna get hit, but so will this thing. Sorry, Sorkindale. I really want to take this unit and these towers out, so you're just gonna have to take a little bit of damage there. He didn't take much damage. I was hoping that putting him in the shelter of the forest would help. But yeah, a little damage done all around. And Zhuge Liang is now kind of exposed here. Expose of the clown. No, Zhuge Liang has like opened up his robe and shown his wise and talented young way to everyone. But that unit's not going to be able to hurt him much. You guys will certainly not be able to one-hit kill him. Yingbu? The grandson of Lu Bu, perhaps? I don't know who that is. Yeah, Lu Jiang is definitely going to fall. It's only a matter of time. It will fall as surely as Falger, who did not fall, actually, so never mind. You guys pretty much defeated. Yeah, this city is also doomed. I shouldn't say doomed. I mean, they should be happy that they get to join in the glorious Han. But, did I give Falger something to do again after, No. When I loaded my game, I did not re-enter his orders to put in a market here. Ribbit. Okay. I'm annoyed that you can only have one bronze pheasant tower per empire. Now that I think, well, per game actually, because only one force can have one, I think. But it makes sense now. I'm kind of kicking myself that I forgot that, but yeah, it's annoying. I had it in my mind very briefly that I was going to be able to have like one of those in every city and be scoring technique points like a maniac. You guys cannot drill any farther. That's actually a good thing. Can you reward? Because I don't generally get around to spending the gold in these places anyway, so they're a good place. I should be rewarding from ports. I should have been doing that for the whole game, pretty much. Wang Lang, no Yuan Han, no Xiao Yuan, no Xiao Shang, no Yan Hui will never join. Oh, that's not the guy I thought it was, actually. Alright, that's fine. Now you're in. That'll be fun. He'll come to work at this port here. He's not interested in working for us. I'm only going to try to hire people who are close by. Quan Ping! pretty cool if Guan Ping can hire that guy. Finally, I hope you die. Stupid mustache. Manchong. Wasn't I already sending somebody to hire him? Manchong, he's a brody man. Guan Ping's already trying to hire you. Kuguton Don, Kuguton Don. I just got this idea that Zhou Yu is going to hire everybody in the world. He's not going to hire anybody. Zhuge K, is he the guy from Dynasty Warrior 7, the Jing story mode? I'm asking you guys like you would know. I don't know how many of you have played that game yet. It's a fun game. Alright, so we got our order maxed out in that city, which is one of the cities that really kind of matters. So let's go look at some of the cities that I haven't dealt with in a while. You guys could probably restore order. And then I will not have Taishi Jiang. And the son of Taishi Si. I should have Taishi Jiang down here fighting Taishi Si. That would be epic and interesting father-son showdown. But I don't think I can be bothered to move him down there fast enough to make a difference. Taishi Si is pretty much about to be defeated. And I can't do it this turn because I already made him restore order. But no, I could move Taishi Jiang down here to one of these places and have him get involved in this battle, possibly. Oh, I forgot about Zhang Liao. Oh, damn. Zhang Liao would have made a difference here, too. He defeated that unit. He could have cleared the path for... Oh, never mind. Well, he won't be on auto orders anymore, because I sent him to annihilate that unit just so that I wouldn't have to remember to do something on every turn. Fire stratagem research complete. Fire stratagem research was a success. Sun Li, her name is Sun Li. Zhang Bao, Zhu Shun, a bunch of other people. Wang Yi, successful avoid Manchong. I'm a brawny man, and I want to help you to become more manly. Sima Yi successfully employed Pan Zhang. I'm kind of Pan Zhang, you know, as a little bit of Eastern Zhang, a little bit of Western Zhang, all different aspects of the Zhang, and I cover them all, Pan Zhang. Yeah. Pang didn't get to do shit there. Oh, and I got attacked by a tower. Oh, and so did you guys. They've got crossbow turrets. I love crossbow turrets when they're on my side. It's too late for regrets, Zhuge Liang. Your ass is gonna get kicked. Coup de grace. My next move, I'll tell you what my next move is gonna be. You guys come down here and attack this tower. And have you guys back off to where you once belonged and attack here. By you guys, I mean Zhuge fucking Liang. And I'm gonna pound the crap out of these guys. How many guys you got in your unit? Not a huge amount. Zhang Liao, oh, you're not gonna be able to get over there and finish that thing off. I want to finish off this tower in this turn, but I'm not sure now that it's gonna be able to happen. Well, Zhang Liao could do it. It would just mean one less person who could attack Taishi Si. Bonjour, mes amis. Yay. Deeds for Zhang Liao. Hasn't gotten any new ones in a while, I don't think. Okay, so these are both S-Pike units, actually. So, although I've been looking forward to getting a chance to do some damage to, well, I might be able to breach here. No, I can't use tactics on him because of his terrain. Although I've been putting off destroying Taishi Si, I guess I'm going to have to put it off a little bit more, because since they're both S, both equally threatening, I want to get rid of this smaller, weaker one first, because I'll be able to get rid of it easier. So it'll have no capacity to damage me in future turns if I get rid of it now, instead of whittling away at the force of Taishi Si. It probably doesn't make much of a difference if I have 2 weak units or 1 medium strength unit on the field fighting against me, but getting rid of 2 weak units getting rid of a weak unit first instead of weakening the medium strength unit, to me it seems like the logical choice. Boo is down, but by God he's not out. I'm going to try to rake you. This is probably not a great matchup because they've got more dudes in their unit. I did take out more than I lost. So, I mean, you know, that worked out well enough, I suppose. See the situation over here. These guys are not in a great position if they get attacked. They got a lot of troops. But, yeah, they're not going to get attacked from here. I don't think anybody else is going to attack them. They're too far away. They're focused on trying to take Zhou Yu. Which means that other Jing Tsai should have smooth sailing as she goes to attack that little tiny base down there. Tiny base for money. Wait, what the hell am I talking about? That's Private Dancer, not Tiny Dancer. Now, do you guys have boats? I don't know if I gave these guys warships or not. I don't think I gave them warships, unfortunately. No, I didn't. I wasn't planning on them going out to sea. Would have been pretty cool. I should have taken these guys out from the sea, though. Counterattack, which is pretty awesome. Sun Wukong should be able to do some real damage here, actually. Push back! Away! But this will prevent them from being able to easily slip back in. Suck it, bitch! Nice. Charmander. Nice. I was able to solidify my hold on the port and wear that dude down pretty good. So at this point, I'm really waiting for a transport unit that does have quite a ways to go, unfortunately, to arrive over at, I forget the name of the city, the place that Liu Bei is moving back towards. GP. Liu Bei is in charge of GP again. Okay, cool. Well, that means that I can do something that I didn't want to forget to do up here, which was reorganize some of this stuff. I think what I might do here is edit districts in such a way that I put yay. And you know what? I think I'll give him some of these cities too. So I don't have to worry about as many. They could really be their own district. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. They could be their own small district, actually. First of all, let's reward out of this city before I stop having this gold in my personal coffers. I can establish a district, number 7. Yay, Chenliu, Puyang, Beihai, might even throw in Zhuchang. Be run by that dude. Its policy is going to be forced capture of Sun Quan. There's no other target I can select. Their transport target will be number 1. Settings, I'm going to stress everything and give them permission to attack, right? Yeah. they might actually be close enough that they might try to attack. Leave number 7 to me. Coolness. Now I've only got these few cities to worry about, including Zhou Pi, which should have just gotten us a fusion of supplies and stuff. You guys are probably the guys who are carrying all the boats, right? Yes. Whenever those guys get to GIP, we're going to be ready to pull the trigger on a big-ass attack. They've got, what, 18,000 troops. So... I don't really need to do any more recruiting here. Are they bringing along anything other than boats? Are they bringing spears and stuff? Yeah, so there's really not a lot of point in outfitting either, except maybe more horses. Free officers, so they're gonna be moving around and crap, but they just don't want to join me because I threw them in prison. I've already got somebody out trying to hire him. Nobody will ever be able to hire these guys ever. Doom Screaming can get this guy. He's right here, so I can try. I think somebody else might be trying to hire him already, and their orders will now be canceled. No, that was she was the only one. Cool. You can continue to count on me in the future. What do you mean continue? I haven't counted on you yet. You just joined us. So Nicola, your loyalty is 100. Well, hats off to you soon, Nicola. You're not switching sides easily. I'm realizing now that I should be ending this video. Even though I'm right in the middle of a turn, I don't usually like to do that. But let's pull up Guan Lu, our old buddy, to ask us questions like, if you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be? When we come back, folks, we're going to continue recruiting, sending boats to places. We're just gonna, like, fucking attack the shit out of these dudes. It's gonna be awesome. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.